And welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. Happy 19th of June, everybody. Time is absolutely flying this month, and I think it's because we've all got a little bit of diamond painting to do. So let's have a look at what section it picks for today. What we having? 12. Oh, so we are coming over here, but we are on a corner, and I will need my little clips. Let's still clip it to this side. They're not the only thing with these clips, and these clips are awesome and will hold all sorts, is that they don't always hold both sides. However, if I did turn it up A4, I could probably get away with it. But let's have a look what we have today. Now I'm just going to line it up so that that side is straight, and then I do need to nudge this one up just a little bit to make sure that I get everything in. And I'm just going to check that T isn't part of a big section, so I'll probably do that in an AB, just so I know this and this section are going to be glow in the dark, but these little bits will be ABs. Now, today's pen was another gift. This one was also gifted to me by Stacey. I did use a pen she gifted me two at the same time. And this is the other one. It's quite nice because it has a lid, so it can, keep the wax quite nice in the end. And because we sort of have a corner here, I think I'm going to start doing some of the bits on this corner. Just because we do have a full corner to work from. I do prefer to work from right to left, but I'm all in the interests of varying things up ever so slightly every now and then. And this is how I can vary it up today. So I'm on one that is scattered all over the place, and I'm still finding myself sort of jumping very quickly to the left and then filling in the gaps to the right. I did a few sticking to the left, but I still find myself looking right to left. But as long as it all goes down on the canvas in the right place, we'll be good. It's how it should be. So let me just get this colour down. There's not that many of this colour. And I think we'll get quite a few of these little bitty bits done before I do some bigger blocks. And I've just gone and knocked the diamonds all over my desk. So I'll get those in. I took the stopper out just a little bit too quick. Let me zoom you guys in and make sure my easel is in the right place. We'll leave a little bit of room, and the next one across is actually H, so that's quite a bit of the dark brown to do. But even though it's the next colour here, I am still going to go to the right-ish and work my way across. So I'm just going to work my way across on this sort of bottom little bit, and then I'll do the top little bit probably as sort of separate. It's just the way my eyes are drawn, and quite often it can mean that I don't miss any if I do it in that way. So while this is all a big block, I'm fine doing that. I just wanted to get these little scatterings first, and then I'll build up on the block until I get near the top. So Amanda, she has commented. She said she's been a bit behind on the videos. That's fine, life gets busy. She says she keeps missing out on the trays and light pads. I am sorry. There will be more limited trays as soon as we can. The third printer arrived. It has arrived. Hobby has set it up. And we've got it doing sort of a test print the evening that I'm filming this. But hopefully the day that you're watching it will have had a full production day. And we can be completely on top of all orders. So we're hoping all orders will be able to go out. Possibly Monday. We're going to try and get some out tomorrow. But if not, it'll be Monday for the rest. And then we can get printing a mixture of stock / limited. There's a few different things that we want to test before the company name changes at the beginning of July to make sure that things work. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do more limited colours and more often if we have more printers. That's the idea of it. Though I do know Hubby has a couple of projects that he has been itching to print on the printers. They've just been too busy printing trays, so we might have to let him have one for a little bit to print his own stuff, but it can go back to printing trays quite often through the day while he's at work. He can't be printing his stuff while it's at work, can he? That's a weekend job. That's the line I'm going to try anyway. She does say she is a pen snob, and when she buys from Diamond Art Club she tends to add a pen so that she gets free shipping. So she's built up quite a selection. That's one way to do it. If you can add, it in with an order for a diamond painting, you'll soon get to build them up. I did manage to get one from Diamond Art Club, but most of the time, every time I go, they're out of stock anyway. So I've built mine up from a few different places just to give me different ones. Jean says she loves the painting. She can't sit for too long as she does get uncomfortable. Whereas it takes me approximately 45 minutes to do a section, it can take her over 2 hours. Well, we're not in a race, Jean, for definite. And there has been times when I have been doing these sort of whip and chats, especially when it's been really, really hot in the UK. There has been times, I know I definitely did it, I think on the first video that I did. Actually, one of the pauses in the video was me going and taking a break for a little bit. Not only from standing, but from standing or sitting in the heat while talking at the same time. I did need to go and move. And I have quite often been doing my videos quite late in the day, even on a weekend, just because it's too hot otherwise. So you do what works for you. Carol Roy, she says, what she was thinking and what she was trying to put was a 3D box with our logo on for small bits and bobs. So that's what she was thinking of 3D printing. She says she has a hard time putting things down. Well, that's fine. That's why I'm more than happy to ask for clarification. I do thank you for coming back, Carol, with your idea. That is something that we are going to look into. It may be something that will take a little bit of time. But we are hoping that by having the third printer, we will be able to do a few more different items and some things that we'd like to bring to you. But yeah, we can definitely put some sort of 3D box on. That would actually be really handy for me. I do have a little, it's just a basic little plastic tray at the moment from the range that has some of my bits and bobs in that I keep handy. So that'll be something that will be really nice to look into, a little bit of a different box for bits and bobs. I'm all for storage. Amy says, I hope the business grows enough that you can quit your day job and diamond paint all day. I would love for it to grow enough to quit my day job. It's not quite there yet. Hopefully it will get there. Whether it will then mean that I get to diamond paint all day, I don't know. I did have a day off this week from work and I thought, oh, maybe I could get a block of diamond painting done. And I did do some on an afternoon that I had, but my actual day off I spent creating watermarks for images, along with a few other bits and tidying up a few loose ends that needed doing. But yeah, a lot of my time disappeared on watermarks this time, but they won't need doing again for a while. Dania says she has to admit I've enabled the heck out of her. Gone from 0 diamond paintings to having a flat portfolio with about 15 in it and 5 more to go. Trey is on the wish list. She's gotten the download of the storage numbers for her 1 box of spares, but I'm guessing it's a she. I do apologise if I'm using the wrong pronoun. She expected to get overstuffed rather quickly. She loves out the whip and chats, and she always pulls out a current project, whether it be diamond painting or one of the other addictive hobbies, and listens to me in the background. Oh, that's nice. As I say, I do apologise if I shouldn't be saying she, I should be saying he. Sometimes I can be really bad with names, and sometimes they can be used for either. So, Dejan says, do you find that your easel moves when putting diamonds on it? Do you sometimes have to put something behind it to stop it moving? I find with my easel, it does take a lot for it to move. I don't find that I have to put anything on it or put anything, at the back to stop it or anything like that. I do have to be probably forcing a diamond into a space that it really does not want to fit for my easel to move. However, Megan's, who got hers from the works, mine was gifted to me, but for Megan, she has found that hers can move a little bit. Now, I think it's more the easel than the surface that it's on, because this easel is on my sort of filming desk and it's very smooth, whereas the table that I tend to sit on to diamond paint in the conservatory has got a bit of a texture to it. So I don't think it's the surface, I think it's her easel. And she tends to use a mat underneath it, and I don't think it's in here, I think it is actually in her room. It was something that it was sent to me, but it's used primarily in the kitchen, I think, for baking and stuff, and it does have a bit of a grippy texture to it. And she puts her easel on top of that, and that stops it moving when it's on her table. So maybe that's something that you could look into. There are some they're not actually sticky, not like, the little sticky pad that I put on here the other week or the other day. Don't quite know how much time's gone. So it's not like you peel it off, but it is definitely grippy. I'll have to see, did I write down the name of it? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. I'll have to see if I can remember to pinch it off Megan for one of the future videos, and I'll show you what I mean. But she places it under her easel and it stops it moving. Sometimes it can be you're pressing too hard, but I think some of it is just the stopper gripper things that you have on the bottom of the easel. I just think some are potentially better than others. And that may well be the case with yours. So Crazy Cat Lady said, Prison diamond painting sell the stainless steel tips. Yeah, I did have a look there when I ordered a painting from them, which I do actually need to unbox. They didn't have any in stock, so it wasn't something I was able to try at the time. But I did see them on their website. There is a few more places that seem to have popped up with the stainless steel tips. And I may give them a go in the future. I do want to sort of see what this diamond painting's like from Prison Diamond Painting before I decide whether, I want to order anything else and order the tips with it or not. Crazy Cat Lady also says she thinks it might be the heat in regards to the wax, because she's also had to fill her pen a lot more often over the last few weeks. And that may well be it, because us Brits don't really get summer for that long. And I think the fact that we've had a nice week or two, albeit cloudy, it's still been warm, and some days it's been muggy even. And I think it's because it's been so long, I think we are noticing the effects that the heat can have a little bit more than we normally would. Because the normal UK weather is you can have a nice day and then you can have 3 days of rain. And then you might get a nice day and then 3 days of rain. So because of that, we don't tend to notice the wax causing us any type of problem, because it only happens for one day and then it goes back to normal when it's rainy weather. Eric has said you should name your 3D printers. Hubby has actually been replying to this comment as well. But yeah, our 3D printers do have names. Our original 2 printers are Steve and Dave. Steve came first, and Steve often gives us more hassle than Dave does. Though every now and then, Dave does have his moments. But primarily, it's Steve that seems to give us more problems, and we're not sure why. Maybe he doesn't like the fact that he's had more upgrades than Dave. And then there is a conversation over, what's going to be the new one's name. So the new one's name, as suggested by Eric, is called Rose. It's about time we had a female name rather than just males for the 3D printers. And Rose is more than likely going to sit in the middle of Steve and Dave, so she can be a rose between 2 thorns. Though Steve is definitely more thorny than Dave. But yeah, it can sometimes cause confusion in the house if we do use the printer's name, depending on if everybody's remembered which one's which. So sometimes we do refer to them by the colour they're currently printing. So it'll be the grey printer or the pink printer, depending on which one it's printing at the time. But yeah, we love our 3D printers, even if they are noisy. Well, they definitely seem noisier the later in the day it goes anyway. Sherry says she went on holiday from the 6th to the 12th, and she's just caught up, and this was posted on the 16th. Oh, you did well, catching up in 4 days. She hated to go because catching up was hard, but Disney World for 5 days was hard to say no to. I'm with you on that one, Sherry. I'm sorry, but Disney World does win. You can definitely take that one. And she just says that, she's enjoying this month's Advent, and she knows it takes time out of my day to set it up. It does, but it also gives me time in the day to diamond paint, so it all works out in the end, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? I still get to diamond paint even if I'm chatting my way through it. it gets a diamond painting done that I probably wouldn't have done without this advent. So it's a win-win for all of us. Right, I think that's all the peas. So I'm just trying to get more of there's a lot more of a scattering of lower amounts of some of these colours and symbols at the moment. And I kind of feel like I need to get all the bits before I do the blocks. Shimmy Dancer said there are so many things you could do and directions you could go with your printing. There is. We could probably have a printing farm and still have loads of stuff to print on it. The only problem is a hubby would have to give up work as well as me, and that definitely wouldn't be an option at the moment. But yeah, we are excited for some of the new things that we're hoping to be able to do. Even if it's just the fact of being able to produce more colours of trays and giving people choice so that they can get the trays that they want. That is something that we're really looking forward to doing, rather than it being a lot of time between each and dragging it out a little bit. We don't really want to do that if we can help it. Jessica said hot pink trays. I will put that colour down on the list. We do have a pale pink already, which is a standard, but I will pop hot pink down as a request, and hopefully I'll be able to go pretty filament colour shopping soon enough. There is something nice about printing a different colour every now and then, but not adding a different colour to the inventory, because the only thing is because at the moment we have 3 standard colours. If we started adding more colours when sometimes orders have a spike or we have a busy period, there would be a lot of changing of the filaments around between prints, which can be done, but sometimes it can take a little bit for the remnants of the last filament to come out completely. So yeah, it's definitely easier to put a roll on the printer and print. Okay, I've just spotted a couple that seem to be part of the next section over here. And let's try and open my tub the right way. Is it going to let me just grab them? Let's try. Possibly not. Oh, got it. So we've only got a couple of the K. We've got one of the X. And if I can get it so that I can reach the bottom of the tub, it's even easier. And I've got one little E. And then I do have the odd one that is an AB. So let me grab my other little pen. Scroll up with the questions so I can read the next one. And then let's do F. So Fee has said, have you seen Star Raw currently have buy 2 get 1 free on kits for Father's Day? I hadn't when you left this comment on yesterday's video, but I have since had an email through. I had an email through this evening to say that they had that offer on. She loves the bunny pen by Marble Makes, and she did say there is a company in America called Shimmering Canvases that are now doing crystal square drills. She's not got any because she is based in England, but it's tempting. There are so many different types of diamonds coming out now. I think because the hobby has got so popular and has really taken off, I think we are finding now that You know, companies are trying to explore different ways, and people are as well. So people that have been diamond painting for a while are still enjoying the hobby, but they want to be able to expand on that hobby. And by changing diamonds out, or, you know, getting different types of drills, and I've seen some sites I've seen a lot more off the canvas items are appearing, you know, to give people something a little bit different to be able to diamond paint and do than it always being a canvas. I've definitely noticed that that's happening more. Okay, oh, I've just spotted that I missed. So let's, oh, it actually let me get hold of it then, and then it dropped it straight away. There we go. So for J, I have a few left in my overspill pot that for most of this painting I've completely forgot I had. I've remembered it some days and not others. So let's use these up, and then I can tip out of the one that's actually got a label on. And I think I've used up all the diamonds that went into 2 pots. So I'll be sure to have a little rejig of my storage container in a bit, provided I remember. Might need to be filling this wax up with pen again. See, all those that thought my wax lasted ages, it's obviously because the UK is normally cold. And now it's not cold, it's even trickier. Yeah, let me fill up my wax, and let me actually put more diamonds in my tub as well. And then we can keep moving on to the questions, though I'm on the questions from the 17th. So while it's my yesterday, it's your day before yesterday. But I do seem to be getting a little bit caught up. But that's fine, because you guys keep commenting, so that's what keeps me going. The more comments and the more questions for the next videos works perfect. Lady Dax, she says she's also enjoying this June whip and chat. Herself and another on a Facebook group are both doing the same mystery painting from Row Diamonds, and they've got quite a few members watching their progress. It's day 17 and we still can't work out what the picture is. Awesome. The picture is square, and she says it's the first time she's enjoyed doing a square. She did some work on a round yesterday and could really see the difference in the detail. I do find that, and it can vary from seller to seller as well, to how much a round is more detailed than a square. I have done a comparison on a round versus a square. I think it was from Home Fun. And I actually found that the round that I did was just as clear as the square. If not, I actually slightly preferred the round. But I have seen some from other companies where the round is nowhere near as good compared to the square. So I think there can be a little bit of company to company hit and miss. And I think it must just be something to do with the way they do their charting and how many colours and stuff they pull in. Though, of course, I ordered them from the same company, so I don't know whether their software that they use for round is just a little bit better, or whether it was just the picture that I did. I don't know. Oh, Talita says, fun fact 17, in Portuguese, she says Brazilian Portuguese, she doesn't know about any others, is desicete? I've probably said that completely wrong. I was never any good at languages, so I apologise. Brazilians like to celebrate Festas Juninas, which roughly translates to June festivals. Oh, they include dancing, festival foods and activities. Sounds fun, something in the summer to celebrate. She says she's noticed that I like fun facts. Yes, I do. I love to learn different things about other countries, you know, that are, especially if it's something that's normal for another country, but it's not for us. It's quite interesting how, you know, how you're brought up and things that are normally the way around you can seem so funny to other people and so alien to other people. And I think that's what the internet has opened up for a lot of people and a lot of us, is, you know, to learn how other countries, you know, really live, and how things that can be different, both good and bad, different in other countries. Leanne says, would you think about doing this full time and quit your day job, as you seem really busy? It is something I'd love to do eventually. It's not something that's practical at the moment. I may look to go in part-time at some point, see if that's something that I can do to help incorporate the two. But at the moment, yeah, it's busy, but it's not overwhelming busy. It can be a bit busier when I am doing the likes of a video each evening. It can sort of sap some of the time that I may be sat down in front of the TV normally, doing probably a diamond painting anyway, but not chatting at the same time. But yeah, it's not quite a full-time job yet. She says it could be a full-time job if I let it, probably. But I have just learned to be very efficient with my time and what needs to take priority and what doesn't. A lot of the time the printers are printing and I'm working, not necessarily on the shop and the business. I'm doing my day job and they just print away while I'm doing my day job. So it's all good at the moment. Sherry T says she loves her passport holder for her cover sheets. She's got one that's a moon and a sun. She's also got a little bit larger sheets that she's keeping in the wrapper. So they sound very similar to what my sheets originally came as, which is the bigger 6x4 size. She hasn't seemed to be able to find something larger than the passport holder. Do you have any ideas? The only thing I can think of, and it probably wouldn't be, well, there's a couple of things that may work. One of them, I don't think I can test. I don't think I have it in this room. Diamond painting items wise, I have seen some companies doing what they call a mask holder. Some of them are a small square, but some of them are long, more of a rectangle. I'm just not sure if they're wide enough to take the 4-inch part of it. I think they're wide enough to take the 6 inches of the length, but I don't think they're wide enough for the 4 from memory. And I could be wrong because I'm not best known for being able to judge sizes. That's been found out when I've tried to make furniture fit and forget that there's a skirting board there. The other thing is, if they are the larger that are about 6x4 inches, that is a size of a photograph. So some places you can find like photo wallet type things. I know the company Photobox in the UK that does online photos posted to your door. I know they used to post them in little plastic boxes that would probably work, but maybe you could search for some sort of mini photo box or photo wallet. maybe something that you could slip a photograph into, and that could potentially work for your bigger ones. The only reason I've not tried to find anything to put those bigger ones in is I just don't tend to use the bigger ones. I tend to cut them straight down in half, because the smaller size is the size I prefer to work with. But yeah, search for some sort of photo wallet and you might find something that will work. But the passport holder works perfectly for the half size. I find it's easy to get into, easy to get the cover sheets in and out of, and it's got diamond paint on the front, so it looks pretty. Denise, she says she's a bit of a pen snob herself. Yes, I think there are many of us out there. There are many pen snobs now that do like a nice pen. Her husband and herself, and Denise, actually took a pen turning class at a local woodworker school last night. Awesome. Where we made a wine stopper and an ink pen. She's loved lathe work for years and has considered getting into it herself for a while. But now that she's actually turned something on a lathe herself, she's even more obsessed. I think if we had a garage, hubby would have put a lathe in it already. He did mention it the other day as something, and I was like, well, where are we going to put it? And when are you going to find the time? When are you going to find the time to do it? She's also started playing with resin so she could have cute little trash trays to accumulate her rubbish drills. This hobby has birthed 2 new ones. Absolutely amazing. I love it, Denise. I think Megan has wanted to mess a little bit with resin. That's something that she's thought about, you know, creating cover minders and other little things. But again, she doesn't have the time either. So she was going to be not taking on, you know, any major supply work or, you know, working at a school full time while she was doing her masters. And then she's kind of changed her mind and applied for a job which will be a full-time job at the school she's currently at for September. So she's never going to have any time, especially if she's doing her masters. I'm sure she will be holed up in her bedroom for much of the time trying to get stuff finished. But love the fact that you've given it a go. And I say, get it, Denise. Get yourself a lathe, get yourself making pens, combine it with your little resin and go for it, even if it's just for you. Though we would all love it if you shared. But shared, sold them, made a business out of them, whatever. I'm sure we will all be there to support you. But if that's not practical, then just do it for you. Joanne Fleming has said glow-in-the-dark trays would be fun. They would. We have seen those as well. We have seen the filament for that. So we have quite a few different things that we would love to do. And hopefully over time we will get to tick them off the list for us and for you, bit by bit and one by one. Meg loves the pen from the 17th. I actually can't remember which one that was, which is bad, but I lose track, and I love all of my pens. I love every single one of them, and sometimes it's really hard to decide which one. I might have to put them in the app and let the app decide. But I do like doing, on the likes of these Whip and Waffles and stuff, actually going through each and every pen. It's quite nice to know that I have used every single pen that I have. Leah says we used to have a bonfire on Guy Fawkes Night here in Canada because both of her parents were born in the UK, and it was also her grandmother's birthday, who was also born in the UK. We even stuffed my grandfather's old clothes to burn at Guy Fawkes on the bonfire. Awesome. It's nice when traditions like that can still be kept within families. Just, you know, different childhood memories from a different culture or country, you know. Just a little bit of transferring of the fun stuff anyway. Definitely the fun stuff. You never know. Keep it up, Leah. Maybe you'll find that more and more people will keep it up with you. You call it something different if you want. Samantha says she's received her tray and cover sheets today and she loves the tray already. That is awesome. I do like the fact that people are loving the trays when they get them. It means they've got no regrets over their purchase, which is exactly what we want. Corrine says, thanks, Rebecca, for your reply on the blue pen. I do hope that has helped you, Corrine, to understand. I never even realised that it was a pink pen inside a normal pen, so I learned something along with you. I just knew it was comfy to hold and it was good to diamond paint with. So, Shimmy Dancer says she loves Outlander. And she said, it turns out that her ancestors were from the clan MacGregor. She did some research on the battle at Culloden to find out if some of her ancestors fought there. It turns out all of the classmen were killed in that battle. However, my brave ancestors ran. That's probably why I'm still alive. Why I'm alive, not still alive. Why she's alive. They were either cowards or smart. One or the other. You pick which one they were. But hey, as you say, what their actions meant that you're here. So I call that a win. It's nice when you find some sort of connection to something, especially, I mean, I know Outlander is partly made up, as it has somebody who travels from the future to the past, but then there is a lot of history in there as well, which is enjoyable. I was one of those people that preferred history. When I was at school, you could choose, was it history, geography or RE as your exam or your, you know, GCSE to do. It was one of the choices, but you had to choose one of those three. And I did choose history. And actually my youngest is currently doing both history and classics as A-level at the moment, so it must have passed down somehow. She enjoys it too. Oh, this comment is lovely. So Tori has said her grandson, 9 months old, has started to recognise my voice. He's learning that if he hears you, it's snuggle time to get ready for sleep, because she tends to watch later at night after work. He'll actually watch your videos as he's falling asleep. Oh, hello to Tori's grandson. That is so sweet. Babies, well, he probably is more of a baby than a toddler yet. Yeah, they just love routine, don't they? Routine and things like that, and they know where they are in the world. And it's so sweet when they get into a routine that you don't quite realise they're getting into. But if it helps you and it helps him go to sleep, all the better. And you get to watch my videos as well, so win-win. Win for you both. Ashley has said, have I ordered a square painting off Amazon? If so, how were their drills? She wants to order one, but she doesn't know how their drills are. Amazon's a tricky one because Amazon are multiple different sellers. So you could buy one square diamond painting and the drills be amazing. And you could buy another and the drills could be awful. It's a bit like some of the other sites that I unbox from, Fansales, GBFKE, those sorts of, a lot of the companies that are based out of China that actually sell multiple different paintings and things across their sites. They're actually made quite often from different manufacturers, so it's actually different factories that make the items, and therefore the quality can vary from one painting to the next. And quite often, even if, you know, some of the diamond drills aren't wonderful quality, a bit like many of the drills on here haven't been, quite often the price is a little bit forgivable for that because it's a lot cheaper. And yeah, sometimes you get an absolute bargain and it's amazing quality. So I think you need to go more along the lines of, quite often the prices on Amazon and the prices you'll pay are a good price, but they're not a good price for a premium quality canvas and drills that you may get from some other companies that, you know, pay more attention to the small details maybe. But quite often they're still enjoyable paintings and they still turn out looking great. You know, yeah, the drills on this one aren't amazing quality, but they're not to the quality of they've got holes in, they've got marks on, and they need to throw most of them in the bin. They're just a little bit smaller than the squares. And I'm noticing it more, I think, on this painting as well, or even more so, because these ABs are such a nice fit, that I'm going from diamonds that fit really nicely and really snugly to the diamonds that come with the kit and don't. You just have to, in effect, diamond paint a little bit differently with them if the squares are a little bit smaller, in the fact that you need to make sure that you get them in the middle of the square on the chart rather than butting them up to the next one, which I have the privilege of doing with the ABs, which is why I'm doing my little step method, because I can just butt them up against the next one and they'll all fit in together. Apart from the fact that I can't quite push them down with this pen because the wax does just squishes more, and it's been another warm day as well, so I'm probably not helping matters with the wax melting. Diana says she loves how the diamond painting looks. Thank you. I am still very happy with it. So she was thinking that you could use, the Tiny Decisions app. She put TDA. It took me a minute to realise what she meant. The Tiny Decision apps to choose where the number goes on your daily advent. Then use daily to choose which number square gets done. Okay, so sort of number them 1 to whatever in a list and then get the Decisions app to rename them into 1 to 24. Is that what you mean? She also said Megan is a genius. Diana also meal plans. I ask each children, I think that's supposed to be children, and hubby what they all want. And they're all 4 kids or 147 tray snobs, logbook snobs, and anything to do with this hobby and your channel. Oh, and she did say Bella should be her name. She'd definitely behave. Oh, hubby did name her Rose. If she misbehaves, maybe we'll rename her to Bella and see if it improves her attitude. Oh, I lifted the nozzle of my tray up too far and I've ended up knocking diamonds everywhere. Hang on, let me just Let me just pay attention to what I'm doing for a minute. There we go. Get my ABs back in my pot. Sorry, I wasn't even zoomed out then so that you could see it. I only did drop about 5 diamonds, so it wasn't too dramatic. But that's another sort of section and a bit done. We've got another bit of ABs. I do like the way those ABs are sparkling. They just add that extra little layer. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up fully, but they do add an extra little bit. But we're getting there. So how many days have we got now? 11. Yes, 11. I'm counting these when really I should be able to do a bit of maths. It's late. It's late when I'm filming this. I think I need to do a little bit of nudging of some sections just to straighten the diamonds up. I'll have to get one of my stainless steel placers out maybe and give it a little bit of a nudge, but you can't see it from a distance. Anyway, that's all done for today. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow.